Welcome to my Lifestyle channel. Lately, I read a report of World Bank that in South Asia there are only 32% women. They share the labor force or workforce in comparison to 77% of men. Even in the year 2000, there are more women working than today. That means when we are going ahead, our progress is going back. You understood that. This is one fact, truth based on survey. The other fact is lately 2-3 days there is one news is everywhere in India, and it is about one corrupted police and his associate, his mate. Both of them, their illicit relationship, illegal work, how the maid is rich, all those things it is coming. But this example, even just a pinch of salt in an ocean of corruption. So here in one side we see that some women, they are deserving, but they are not getting what they deserve. They should work, they should be a part of workforce. That's why they are suffering. On the other side, these women are using themselves as object, and they are doing all illegal and illicit work with the help of the stakeholders like police and other people. So there are two things going on. When we can take in everything, like black and white. So when you understand those things, you behave accordingly, take action and decisions accordingly, and that is also not any other thing but individually, that is, you are taking your leadership, right? So in the age of we are living, it is immensely important, and that's why my today's topic is individual leadership. Hello, I am Nandini Das, academician, author and citizen journalist. As we always do, we'll first briefly discuss what is individual leadership, then I'll tell you 3 practices how you can adapt that in your life skills. So what is individual leadership? Individual leadership is, first of all, if you are a person, you always follow certain principles, certain values in your life. Suppose you are a woman, you know that whatever success I'll get success through my work, my labor, whether it is hard work, my intelligence, all those things. I will not make myself as an object, right? So that is like one thing. Number 2 is, you always you know that things are changing, so you are ready to learn every day. That is another part of element of individual leadership. Then third element of individual leadership is, you should have a growth mindset, because whatever good changes are coming, you need to accept that when you have a growth mindset. Number 4 is, you always practice belief and practice rational success, as I already give you the example I told you before, right? So it is success, everybody needs success. Who doesn't want success? But success should be in the right path. And last but not the least, whatever you are doing, individual leadership is, in your action there should be some positive impact in the society. So this is called individual leadership, right? So many people, they are doing this just because of this internet, but whether you are doing right thing, wrong thing, that depends on you. Now coming to how you can practice that. Number 1 practice is by awareness. As I gave you in the beginning, in the introduction, the example of awareness, right? I told you there are two facts in with numbers, like with fact and numbers. One is World Bank survey, another is what is going on in the about this maid and police. It is not only one thing, it is one thing came in the media, it is everyday happening. If you observe, experience in the society, everyday happening, and that doesn't come to the media. So you should be aware about all those things. When you understand aware of all those things, and since you are a person of value, you follow certain principles, so you can take your action and decision. Then number 2 is, you should have you should have calmness, you should have composure when some hard time comes, because that is also a part of emotional intelligence. We already talked about emotional intelligence, right? When hard time comes, we are getting angry or anxiety, or we are extremely sad, then we can take right decision. That's why it is necessary. But the thing is, as I told you, suppose you face some people like, you know, this maid and the corrupted police and maid, and they have a gang. They provoke you to do certain thing wrong because they are playing with laws and rules and regulations, right? They are distorting everything and they are playing with them, and they try their best to provoke you to prove you wrong, right? Because everything, they can change everything. In that time, when you need to control your calm, when you have to, it is your personality, and it is, you have to take decisions when to do what. You have to gauge the situation accordingly. You have to do that. So that you should have two things: calm, at the same time courage. You should do that. Then the last but not the least, the practice you should add in your life skill is to have an individual leadership. Each try to understand others perspective. That is another word that is called empathy. We already discussed about empathy. So also your decency. When you understand others condition, others situation, then you accordingly, their perspective, accordingly you behave. So that is one thing that you should do that. But again, I am telling that if you are going to understand the perspective of this corrupted police and this gang of maid, so their perspective is, by hook or crook, we are earning money, we are killing anyone, we are doing harm to others, so whatever we are doing right. Many people, they are following them in the society. 50% people are like that, 50% people are following them. So then there is nothing, you are not an individual leader because you are following them. What is the, so you should have your own way of thinking, and but understand where it is necessary to understand the perspective, from which perspective one person is saying, whether your boss, your colleague, your parents, your anyone in friend, anyone telling. So that time it works. It doesn't work, it is necessary. So when you practice this individual leadership, of course you will, first of all, you will earn many enemies. People will attack you definitely, but still, if you are an individual leader, that's what you stand for the right thing. And I hope you will practice that in your life, and this is necessary. The age and time we are living in, where bombardment of information, misinformation, and everybody has, they are getting independence, or power means misuse of power. So you need to have your individual leadership. And I hope you like this topic, and if you like, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. See you soon. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.